Hi everybody. I have never done a voiceover before and I thought I would try it with this video. Here you will see the supplies that I used, and I'm making an art tag. The tag I'm making can be used in an altered book or any mixed media project. I'm going to use mine in an altered book. So the first thing I'm doing is I'm using book pages and I'm ripping them apart and gluing them down, and a glue stick is just fine, on a recycled file folder. I am going to do both sides. Okay. After I glued the first side down, I took a scissor and I trimmed around the edges. This way I wouldn't lose track of the edges of the file folder. Okay, so there you see I've done both sides and I've trimmed it off. Now I've done the whole file folder because I thought, why not? It's just as easy to do a whole file folder as it is to do a small piece for a tag. And as you can see, we're making our tags from scratch. Okay, so you can make many tags with that file folder. So here I'm using brown shoe polish. I wanted to try to do this project inexpensively. So I'm using a baby wipe and I'm just rubbing the brown shoe polish all over the tag. After I've done that, I let it dry, and now you see me putting some color on there. I'm using a gelato. And so I just kind of randomly put the color on, and then I used a little bit of water on that brush and just wiped it around just to spread the color. So now the tag is wet and it has to dry. See, I'm using a heat gun. So that's a Stabilo pencil, and it's a brown one. So I'm kind of in the brown, antique-y, vintage-y mode. So I'm just outlining the torn pieces of paper just to give it a little more depth. And I'm going around the edge with the Stabilo pencil. And then I thought, you know, maybe I'll just use the distress stain. So you can use either one. You can use the pencil or the distress stain. Whichever, if you don't have one and you have the other. And I took a little bit of water. You can see I have the water in front of me. And I grabbed a little water and smudged it around. Just trying to make it look old. Okay, so here I used the Golden's Gel Medium, but you could use Mod Podge or Decoupage. That's why I showed the Decoupage. Also, you can use any kind of glue. Alright, I just did that to seal it. Okay, here's my paper bag. I'm getting ready to make the little embellishment. You see it down in the lower left-hand corner. I'm using Gina B. Aarons's rubber stamps, Let Your Soul Fly. You can get those stamps in her Etsy store, Gina B. Aarons. So that's a little bird I decided to use. I love those little birds. They're so cute. So that's the one I decided to use, and I'm using Versamark. And you see I'm just getting my stamp juicied up with some Versamark. And I'm using a paper bag because who doesn't have a paper bag in their house? And I like paper bags. I thought it would look cute on the antique looking card. So there is Ranger's embossing. I think it's called UT embossing powder. And I'm using black. And I found those little spoons at an art show. I think they're really cool. So I'm just sprinkling some of the UT powder on there. And then I'm going to shake it off onto that piece of white paper, and then I will put it back into the container. I put the lid on because I'm always knocking things over. So I just, you know, I'm not really a big embosser, so I really don't know what I'm doing here. But I do know that I didn't want a lot of little flecks all over the place. So there are a few, but I don't really care about that. I just didn't want a lot. So now I'm heating it, and you can see as it's getting hotter and hotter, it's getting really dark, which is what I like, that really black outline of the bird. And I just like it better with the embossing powder rather than just ink. So there you have it. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut that out. And I'm showing you I'm using a very pointy, sharp scissors. I wound up, and you see on the lower left-hand corner of the screen, I wound up using about an 1/16 to an 1/8 of an inch around the bird. I didn't want to try to really cut it very close. And I think it looks cute as anything, just like that. So now I'm going to glue it onto my card. And I'm going to use the same gel, the golden gel that I've been using. And I'm just going to put it in the lower corner. At this point I was trying to decide what to do with the rest of the card, but I kind of figured I wanted to use words. So you'll see that in a minute. I love this gel medium. It's got a really nice consistency. Alright. So there you have it. I'm just gluing it down, and this, I don't even remember where I got this little red thing, but I love it. You could use a credit card. It just helps me smooth things out. And of course your fingers work great too. Alright, now here's the words I decided to use. Gina has lots and lots of digital downloads in her Etsy store, and this particular one is called Build a Quote, and it's typed out letters, typed out words, and the words are a really nice size. So if you're thinking of using your typewriter, you're not going to get the same effect. These words are bigger. And I printed them out on a piece of vintage paper. Then I just ripped the words that I wanted to use. That's a piece of coffee dyed copy paper right there. I decided I'm going to use this in one of my altered books, and I wanted a little spot. You know, there's all these tuck spots in altered books. If you're not familiar with them, people put pockets and whatnot in them. And I thought it would be cool to take the tag out and be able to, you know, write a little something. I don't know, thought for the day, a quote, whatever. So I liked the word journal. I saw that on her sheet. And I glued it down with my gel medium. Okay, so I picked out some other words too. Dream, inspire, and create. And I tore them off the paper, and then I used the distress stain to make the edges look, you know, kind of distressed. Ha ha ha. Anyway, dream, inspire, and create. I just felt like as I was making the card, I was thinking about all these things I want to do, and I'm dreaming, and I don't know. Anyway, there's my card. I hope you enjoyed watching me make this. I omitted putting the ribbon in because that's pretty simple. And that's it. If you like my videos, please subscribe, like, and share. And thanks, this was really fun. You can get those rubber stamps in Gina's Etsy store, Gina B. Aaron. Bye, everybody.